So let me tell you a quick experience that I just had, one that just touches my heart. If you've been following me on my social media channels for the past few years, you may have noticed that we do all of our videos in Spanish as well. I have a very talented Spanish woman, her name's Briseida, who transcribes the videos into Spanish and then records them for our Spanish audience. Well, recently we moved her videos to a new channel called Wise Money Tools Espanol to make it a lot easier for people to follow either in Spanish or English. Well, last week we were working shooting her videos and she said she needed to leave a little early. She said she had to go get on a Zoom call. I said, sure, no problem. What kind of Zoom call do you have? She kind of quietly said, I started a financial course on investing tonight and it's my first class. This is what we do every week. We teach people about money, investing, and building their wealth. But then she said something that just almost nearly brought me to tears. She said, yes, I know, but I don't understand everything because it's in English. And so I'm taking this class in Spanish so I can more fully understand. Wow. First of all, it wasn't said quite like that. That's my English translation, but you get the idea. Well, it just never occurred to me that some of the financial terms we use and that I take for granted that everybody knows was not something that she fully understood. So it just broke my heart and I felt so bad. All this time I assumed she understood what we teach every week on videos. Now, over the months and years, we've laughed a couple times about a word or how it translates, but that's really about it. I was very impressed, to say the least, and felt really bad that I'd not even considered that. Then realizing something, I'll bet she's not alone. How many of you grew up like her, or even like me, with parents who didn't have money? They weren't business owners. They weren't investors. I was never taught anything about money or finance before, and all these things that were foreign to me. I remember when I first picked up those study books for my security exam and feeling kind of lost at times with the lingo. It wasn't until I became an investment advisor that I realized I really didn't know anything about money and investing. Everything I learned was new to me. Well, I learned as fast as I went along, and I was trying to go along fast. Sadly, my parents knew very little about money, and they lived paycheck to paycheck their entire lives. So here I am with someone who has recorded 80 or 100 videos or more, thinking she's a pro, understanding everything, and telling me she's taking a finance class in Spanish so she knows more about what we talk about on this channel. Well, it even opened my eyes. We've opened investments for her, but I realized she may not know exactly how they work. What really warmed my heart more than anything is that she wants to learn. She wants to help people. She wants to help them change and improve their financial lives. She wants to be the example in her family and in her community that anyone can learn how to become wealthy no matter what their circumstances or background is. I was blown away. I felt bad. I felt guilty at the same time, and then very impressed by her tenacity. So, my question to you, what have you been taught about money? What are you doing to learn and educate yourself? We're going to have to reteach you a better way, the yields way, the Wise Money Tools way, so to speak. And the reason why I say that is because traditional financial planning is just not working. And that's why we're here. That's why we do this channel. However, if she'll learn the lingo, the terminology, and understand the principles, then we'll put it all to work for her when she's out of the course. Now for you, educate yourself. Understand the simple financial terms. If someone has English as a second language can do it, so can you. Now here's some terms you should know and understand. Compounding, leverage, time value of money, rate of return, return on investment, net operating income, debt service ratio, depreciation, appreciation, dividends, capital gains, passive income, averages, mortgage amortization, interest rates, tax deductions, digital assets, tax mitigation, and these are just a start. These are all terms that will help you improve your financial decisions. And then there's 3 things to know quickly in life: how to leverage assets, create passive income, and how to reduce or eliminate your taxes. Just those 3 things alone can make you wealthy and produce tax-free income for life. This is what we do. This is why we're here. This is our wealth building principles. You don't have to be a financial genius. Again, we're here to help you implement sound and easy to follow steps to building your wealth. So take the lead from the best Spanish host on YouTube. We'll help you get educated and understand how to build your wealth, do it safely, do it with leverage, smart leverage, and reduce your taxes. So stick with me. Like and subscribe. Never miss a video. Get on my calendar. Let's have a strategy session together. We'll help you build your wealth safely and, again, with tax advantages. Sound good? Well, until next time, take care.